Video, we're going to have a look at how to go about creating this interactive $60 to go to free shipping. And you'll see that as I add items and using the Ajax call, that value is updated. So we've exceeded the $60, so we get free shipping. And conversely, if I was to remove items from the cart, then this message also changes. And then now it's saying $5 to go to free shipping. Now, this is done by intercepting the Ajax call that is made when we click on Add to Cart and when we remove an item from the cart. So just to show you, in the normal way of getting the value that would be in the cart is we can use the WooCommerce cart total. However, the issue with just using the straightforward WooCommerce function is that if I then just go back to the shop here, you'll see there we have the value of 55 Rand, which is correct. If I remove the item from the cart, the $55 remains. If I add to cart, the $55 remains, and it will only update when I refresh the page. And of course, we want this to happen in real time. So what we're going to do now is intercept that Ajax call and make our own changes and then output the value without affecting the main Ajax call, which is used here for the mini cart. So I'm going to head back here to my template and I'm going to just comment out that piece of code that was used to illustrate. Now, you'll see that the code that we've put in here is only div class equals, and then we have this class, and then PHP with these two comment marks, the closing div, and that's all that we need then to output the value. And the reason we do it that way is because in this instance we're working with a filter, and basically what we're doing is WooCommerce generates the values from the Ajax call and it creates what's called fragments, and in that term of fragments you can access the number of items in the shipping cart, the number, the total, the subtotal, the tax, or everything related to the cart then is included here in this fragments variable. So what we're going to do now is in that fragments variable, we're going to take that fragments variable. We're then going to intercept the information. We're then going to add our own array to that. So our array is going to be div total free shipping, and then what we're going to do is build our formula and then our output into this reference, which is going to be the div. And then what we do is we make sure that we have that div and we put that into the template, and then Ajax, when the call is run, our div and class is identified, and then the information that we have here is inserted into that space. So it's a pretty basic function. So what we're doing is when the fragments variable is run, inside that we have all the cart information. So we do have the WooCommerce cart total, and then what we do is we just check to see if it's less than 60. So we say WooCommerce cart total less than 60. Then I've just echoed out here data is equal to go to free shipping, and then the fragment that we're going to save now with this, let's call it a unique identifier, then being the div and the class, we then say div class equals total free shipping, and you'll see I've included the $sign. We then have our formula 60 less the cart total, and then dot data, and then the data in this could be to go to free shipping. So this data could also be linked to a custom field, maybe on an options page, and maybe you want to change it for different promotions, and in that case then you would just call that variable. So in this case I've done it like that, but I could have also just taken the to go to free shipping and popped it in here instead of data. So we say if it's less than 60, then do the following, and if it's greater than 60, then you'll see it's the same format, except if it's less than 60, the first section. If it's more than 60, then obviously you get the free shipping as output. Now, all the output is created here in the function, and because it's a filter, it's not like where you'd return a value from an action which is true or false. In this case, when we return the fragment, we're returning all the information. And what we're going to do then when we return the fragments is we're then going to output that value into this field over here, and that will then in turn produce it on the page. And because it's live and it's in Ajax, there's no time. For example, if we were going to use an action, a condition that said if the value is equal to, then do something, well, that would only run when the page was refreshed. And we want this text to run before the page refreshes. So at the moment it says $42 to go to free shipping. So if I head over here and to go to free shipping, and we could say almost there. And over here we could add, I'll just show, we'll go in with yay. You get free shipping and some exclamation mark. Okay, then I'm going to save that. And then we'll go over to the website now, and you'll see that when I go to the shop, you'll have $42 to go to free shipping, and it should say almost there, but we haven't run the Ajax call. So if I refresh the page, nothing will change. But when I hit the add to cart, then you will see that that information then runs. So that will only be executed when I click on the add to cart. $6 to go, almost there, and then yay, you get free shipping. So that's how you would essentially then manipulate what comes out of this filter. Now, as far as the styling goes, so here we have pretty standard styling. We haven't done a lot. Now, if you wanted to change the styling, then you could manipulate that. You'd have to have a look at manipulating that in here. So what we could try then is adding a second class, and let's just say less than, and then we'll add another class in here. So now we'll less than 60, more than 60, let's save. And I haven't tested this, so I don't know if this is going to work. And let's just do an Ajax call. So yeah, you get free shipping. Let's reduce that. So I'm going to take away the 55. Our total is 54, and now yes, it does. And if we are to look at that, inspect that, let's just have a look then and see the classes. So yes, so we could have a separate class for less than and another class for greater than, and then we could actually style the message to be different depending on that output. So you could change the color, change the background, and that would just be a straightforward CSS exercise, style sheet exercise. One last thing then to show you that's quite important is that when you look at what we have here, if I was to decide, well, look, I don't need any of that, because if that's the unique identifier, then that should work as it is. So I've removed that, and we've saved that, and then I'm going to go back to the website and run the Ajax call, and you'll actually see that we don't need to put any code essentially then in that div for the code to work. That div reference is just an identifier so that when the Ajax call runs, that the data can be output. So that's pretty much it. All that you need for it to run is that div class, totally free shipping, and the closing div, and that's pretty simple. And then the styling you can then do by adding a second class, which doesn't interfere with the unique identifier to run the Ajax call. And yeah, the great thing then is that you can do a whole lot of different things, and then you can also add a whole lot of other items to that. So if you were to look up the cart total, and I'm going to just pop that in to do a search. So WooCommerce cart, and you'll see that there are a whole lot of other things that you can do in here. So there we have the cart, and there is a reference that you can access that will include all these items. Here on Business Bloomer, there's one. And if we scroll down, you'll see that you get all these different things. So if you wanted to do the cart contents count, which is this one over here, so this would be the number of items in the cart. We can copy that, head over to our function, and we could say let's say data dot, and then we're going to paste that in. Right, so now we've added, so we have the almost there, and then we have this, and then I'm just going to add after this, what I'll do is I'll add items in the cart. So I've now added the cart contents count, and we have the total. And then I'm going to save this. I'm going to head over to the website, and now when I say add to cart, okay, I've qualified for free shipping, so let's remove the free shipping. So if I take that away, and now you'll see that we have 2 items in the cart, add to cart, $9 to go, 3 items in the cart, and then yeah, you get free shipping. So that's how you can then include any of the information here. So if you wanted to do something and you wanted to calculate the value before tax, after tax, subtotal, no subtotal, here is where you can get all of that information, and then you can modify that value for your free items by getting the right value that you want in terms of these cart totals. So yeah, that's pretty much then how you can set up your own custom message, so that you can then allow customers to maybe just be spurred along to buy that last product to get the free shipping. So yeah, I hope you found that useful. Thank you for watching.